Welcome back to Carrie's Cajun Kitchen. Today we're doing crawfish étouffée. Let me show you how to do it. Let's get started. So the first thing I did is I cut up the green onions. I just cut up the ends and left this whole. We're gonna cut this up later and throw it at the very end. So I already started the roux. I got a head start on that. We're about halfway done. And we're gonna get it to a peanut butter color. It's pretty close. We're gonna let it go for a little longer and then we'll go to the next. And just to show you, I did end up adding some more flour. I'm gonna mix it in and see where I'm at. And if you get kind of hung up on measurements and amounts, I never have personally. I've always done it by feel, and I feel like that's the way cooking should be. If you really hung up on that, I would suggest just Googling it or looking it up on YouTube. They'll give you the amounts that you need, and whether it's for 2 people, 4 people, 8 people, what have you. That's how I've always been. It's how I feel best about it, and it always has worked out. So these are my ingredients: some chicken broth. You can use seafood broth if you can find it, or you'd rather that. Some Guidrys mix, which is just the Holy Trinity. I use this instead of cutting it up and buying them fresh. It is just as fresh, it's just as good. I've used this for a long time. It is good stuff. Do not knock it till you try it if you can find it, or something similar. I don't use the frozen stuff. That's kind of where my venturing out ends with that kind of stuff. But this is quality stuff. It's made here in Louisiana. Tony Chachere's, crystals, some tomato sauce, some fire roasted diced garlic tomatoes, a little bit of tomato paste, and some Old Bay. This stuff is great in seafood. And with chicken, I really like it in seafood. It really changes the dish. I'm pretty sure that's sold almost anywhere in the United States. If you can find it, get it and have it in your cabinet. I use it a lot. Okay, so next, as you see, the roux is brown to where we need it. A little bit past, but that's all right. Sometimes that happens. Next, we're gonna add our Trinity and mix that in. That nice and mixed, and let that cook for a few minutes, and then we're going to put in our green onions and our tomatoes. All right, I already added the can of roasted tomatoes. We're going to add in our green onion ends. We're going to stir that in. Then we're going to add the rest of our tomatoes. All right, next we're going to add a whole can, or 3/4 of a can of 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add our seasonings. We're gonna put Old Bay, and I just cover the top as a good rule of thumb with pretty much everything. And it's never failed me. It works out. Next, we're gonna do Tony's. Sprinkle a little bit of that. Looks good. Now, one thing I did forget to mention that we're gonna use is cayenne pepper. I use a little bit of this stuff. A little bit goes a long way. Just a pinch or 2 is plenty. Especially if you have tiny mouths to feed, you might run into some problems. Might be a little hot. And then crystals, always use crystals instead of Tabasco. It has more flavor than spice. It is not that hot, even for kids. I have 2 small ones. When I make stuff like this, and they eat it, I've never had any complaints that it's too spicy. You can hold back on it. You can put none of it and then add it to your dish as you're eating it. Either way is fine. And that's all I really use for seasoning. You can add, subtract anything that I didn't use. It'll be fine. Use what you like. That's what I recommend. If you like it and I didn't use it, put it if it goes with it. Or if you think it goes, or try it.